Hi everyone, welcome back to Faith and Flour and welcome to my week of homemaking. This is Robin. As we start the new year, I have a couple of things on my to-do list for this week that aren't in my normal weekly cleaning or homemaking plan, so I'm going to take you along for those. But before that, this is early in the week and I'm just sort of tackling those normal things that I do as a homemaker. And as I was setting up my ironing board, I realized how incredibly dirty this glass door is that leads to our backyard. So I had to stop what I was doing and clean it. Do you ever have moments like that? So I grabbed my e-cloths that are just dampened with a little bit of water to do a real quick clean. And as you can see, most of the dirt is on the outside, and there's the culprit right there. Those are Austin's nose prints all over the door, and of course he wants to come back and make a few more, but mostly he wants to go outside. It's a pretty cold day, but the sun is out, and I think he wants to sit out there and do a little sunbathing while I finish up the window. I love using my e-cloths for quick window cleanings like this. In fact, I pretty much only clean my windows this way anymore because they work so great and they're so easy. I make it a two-step process. I just dampen the cloth with a little water and then I use that to clean the window, and then I go back with their window polishing cloth to just sort of buff it out, and that gets rid of all the streaks. If you guys are familiar with my weekly cleaning routine, and if you're not, I'll have that video linked in the cards above, and it's always in my description box as well. But I do laundry at the beginning of the week, so I usually have a little bit of ironing to do as well, and so I'm just tackling that now. When I was younger and the kids were running around, I thought ironing was such a chore. I used to let it pile up until I absolutely had to do it. But now I realize how tremendously satisfying it can be. And it's the perfect excuse to listen to a podcast or watch a YouTube video or do anything that you like. I actually do quite a lot of planning and thinking during this time because my hands are busy, but my mind is free to do whatever I like. After I finished ironing, it was time to get together some lunch, and on this cold day, I was really craving this tomato herb bisque soup. I love this recipe. It comes from the Minimalist Baker cookbook, and I've got that in my Amazon store if you guys are interested. And it's not quite as easy as opening a can of Campbell's soup or something like that, but it is almost as easy. It's just opening up a few cans of tomatoes, tomato paste, some coconut milk, spices, and I'm grabbing one of these cubes of basil that I had grown in our garden over the summertime to add as well. Stir everything together, and then I use my immersion blender to make it nice and creamy. And then it just has to sit on the stovetop for a short while and it's all ready. It was cold outside, but also cold in the house, and I have some sourdough starter in this bowl, so I thought I'd move it a little bit closer to the soup to give it a boost because I had some plans for it for later in the day. And to go along with our soup, I'm making some simple grilled cheese sandwiches. This, I guess, reminds me of childhood. I don't know, but I find this lunch so comforting, and it was what I was really craving on this winter afternoon. This cold weather really did have me craving comfort food, and I decided to try some gluten-free biscuits for Peyton. And they were really delicious, but they didn't rise as much as I wanted them to, so I'm gonna keep working on that recipe. For the rest of us, I used my sourdough starter to make biscuits. These were phenomenal, easily the best biscuits I'd ever made. I kind of gave up on biscuit making a while back because I just couldn't ever do a great job, but these were so good. The guys were eating them up. I love them too. And if you guys are interested, I'll put the recipe in the description box. One of my priorities for this week is to get all of my planning materials in order for this year. This is my office, and you can see my planner there open next to my laptop almost 24/7. I love this space. I've got a shelf above my desk for my planners, my cookbooks, and my Bible study items. I've got some scripture to inspire me. I've got a little bit of nature inside and outside to keep things fresh. I love that. And bonus, it's inside of our pantry. So this is really a space that works for me. Using a paper planner is a system that works great for me. I also use my laptop, but there's just something about writing things down that works for me like nothing else. And I have been a huge fan of Erin Condren planners well before I started my YouTube channel. And now that I am able to work with them as an affiliate, I love that they send me new things to share with you. Planners can be so personal, and of course we have to find the one that works for us. And if just paper and a pen works for you, or if you really love going the digital route, then you do you. That's the most important thing. But for me, there are a couple of layouts from Erin Condren that I am loving, and so I'm going to show you those today. This year I'm excited to try something new, and it's their daily planner. I like that each day has its own page. There is a column on the left that has all of the hours of the day for appointments and things like that. And the right upper quadrant has a to-do list. And below that, I've got plenty of space for my YouTube planning. If you've watched my previous videos on planning, you'll know how in love I am with their softbound planners, and this year they've changed it up a little bit. This one is gorgeous. It is their neutral layers. The colors are just so beautiful and soothing. It's very elegant and minimal, which I love. It's got all of the same features as the Life Planner, but I like that there's no coil because it can lie flat on the table, which is also great if you're left-handed. Just like the Life Planner, there is a month at a glance calendar to start each month. And right behind that is a lined page, which is great for taking any kind of notes or any additional planning. You can use that space however you like. And then on the right is their traditional dashboard. And this is their vertical layout. And this is what I really love. This has been my favorite for a long time. Like I said, I'm going to give the daily one a try, but I like using these 3 different sections. So there's a column for each day, and you get the entire week spread out in front of you, and you can see everything all at once. And that's one of the things that I'm giving up a little bit with going with the daily, so we'll see how that works out. But I use this top section for all of our appointments and things that I need to schedule throughout the day. The middle section I use for a to-do list for things around the home, and then the bottom third I use for my YouTube planning. And under that, there's just enough space for me to do some meal planning. I love the sleek, thin design of it and the foil on the edges. I also just love this embossed leather look that is a little bit metallic in this pink color, and this ribbon that helps keep your place. It's the little things. This soft-bound planner definitely appeals to the minimalist in me. I like that it is easy to transport because it's so lightweight and thin, and did I say elegant? So I'm not one to normally use stickers, but I can get in the mood once in a while, and Erin Condren makes it super appealing. Here's an actual page from my planner back in May when I did some sticker experimentation, and I have to say it was a lot of fun. This new monthly collection sticker book is adorable, and it is definitely going to tempt me to get a little bit more creative when it comes to my planning this year. Sometimes I have little bits of paper and notes and things that are floating around my desk, and in order to collect those things and neaten up my planner, I'm using one of these adhesive corner pockets. I stuck one right in the front of my life planner, and that way I've got a little place to tuck things and neaten up my workspace. I also really love these planning packs for on the go. They have a little strap on the back. It's elastic, and so you can fasten it to the front cover of your planner and put all of your favorite planning supplies in there to take with you. I love planning with their interchangeable dual tip markers. They are my favorite, and so I have all of those in there along with some washi tape. I've got bookmarks, and anything else I can think of that I want to take with me when I'm traveling goes right in there and keeps everything nice and secure. Erin Condren also has a line of beautiful desk accessories, and new to that is this desk calendar with acrylic stand. Each month is printed on its own high-quality cardstock, and I love this flower power motif. I also love the notebook collection that Erin Condren offers. I like using the lined ones for my Bible study notes. One that I've been using over the last year or so comes from their Petite Planner folio system. This is one of the lined notebooks, and I find it works perfectly. I like that I can also keep it with my other Petite planners. I've got one for budgeting, one for meal planning, and I can keep them all together in one place with the Petite Planner folio. I just received this on-the-go Take Note classic lined softbound notebook. This is gorgeous. It is just such high quality. It's just like the softbound planner in that it's got the gold edges. This is the lined one, so I'm definitely going to be using it for Bible study. When I fill up the other one, I go through these like crazy. It also has that little ribbon for keeping place, which you know I love. I think a notebook like this, along with one of their gorgeous ballpoint pens, would make such a nice gift. If you are looking for some planning tools to start off 2021, definitely check out Erin Condren. I will have a link down in the description box. The other thing I was determined to finally accomplish this week was decluttering my dresser drawers and closet. As you probably know, I like to do a capsule wardrobe for each season using the 10-item wardrobe method by Jennifer L. Scott over at the Daily Connoisseur. And that is something that just didn't happen this year, at least not for the winter. And we just had a lot of things going on, and I just didn't really get my act together with my wardrobe yet. I will have a video coming out for that really soon. But in the meantime, I want to clear some clutter that's been here way too long. I need to clear these sweaters out of my drawer because I'm not wearing them anymore, and I want to make room for a few other things. This cold shoulder style sweater that I would normally wear in the spring and summer is something that I loved for quite a while. It was a gift from my son, but I think this style has passed and it's just not me anymore. So time to pass that on to someone who might be able to use it. And this Ann Taylor wrap sweater was something that I loved for a number of years. I think it's seen better days, it's a little bit stretched out, and I just don't find that I'm reaching for it anymore. Plus, it's not really the best color for me. This neutral light cable sweater that came from the Gap was a favorite for a long time. I still love it. It just doesn't really love me anymore. It's way too stretched out. I've just totally worn it out, so it's time for that to go. Then for the two most difficult ones to part with. This was a gift from my parents. My mom chose it, and I thought it was so cute, and I really, really want to be able to wear it, but it's just too big. It's actually a small, and I guess it's supposed to be really drapey. I love this reindeer pattern. It's so cute. But it just kind of falls off of me, and I find I have to adjust and adjust throughout the day. And this one is so soft and cozy. It's a sort of sweater vest type thing, but it really just isn't my style. And whenever I wear it, I just don't feel like me. Although I have to say, it is so cuddly. I always have trouble parting with things that are gifts. I know this is a problem for a lot of people, but I feel bad, and I know that the person wanted me to enjoy it, so I know they wouldn't want me to feel bad, so I'm going to pass these along to somebody who is really going to be excited to get their hands on it. Next, I'm heading into my closet to clear some of the clutter here. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't had a little closet tour, I'll give you a brief one today. This is the area where I usually keep the tops from my 10-item or capsule wardrobe. And obviously I have a lot more in there because I've got 2 seasons still in there. In the area next to that is where I keep the items that I like to layer with. So I've got mostly t-shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve. I also have some cardigans. And then the next section over, I have a bunch of different things in here. I've got dresses because this area allows me to hang longer things, along with the longer cardigans. And I also have some formal wear in here. I keep some of the out of season dresses in this area as well. And on the bottom, I keep, of course, my pants. I have some active workout wear. And then my out of season clothing is in the little dust cover packets that you see, whatever you call those things. Then I've got a shelf for all of my shoes. I've got various other things in there as well. I'm pretty minimal when it comes to shoes. I don't have a ton. And then right next to those shoes, I have some long necklaces hanging. And below that, I've got belts and a bag that I like to use when I work out. On the upper shelves in the corner, I keep some out-of-season handbags. I basically just have one for each season. And below that, I keep all of my jackets and coats. Patrick and I share this closet. I rarely show his side. That's what's behind me. But these drawers we share. I have the ones on the left and he has the ones on the right. And I mostly keep undergarments and things like that in there. There are a few off-season pants as well. Right now, I'm gathering up all of the things from my fall wardrobe, and I'm going to put those in one of the dust jackets and put it away until next fall, or I might use some of these pieces in another season. Some of them overlapped between summer. Maybe I'll even pull out something for spring. You never know, but not for winter. So they are going to be tucked away in here. And I had this one blouse that I had in the fall wardrobe, but I never really wore. So I decided that I'm going to declutter it. I kind of put it there because I wanted to think about it for a bit, but now I know it's something that I'm probably not going to enjoy wearing. So I'm going to add that to the donation pile. And then I'm just going through and sort of assessing all of the t-shirts that I have here. Most of them are in pretty good shape, so I'm going to keep them, but I've had some lightweight sort of spring and summer sweaters hanging here. I know you're not really supposed to hang sweaters. I do that sometimes, but I'm going to put them in the drawers now that I have room for them. Now I'm just moving a couple more items that I had worn in the fall into the off-season section. And then I'm going to go through all of the longer cardigans that I have here because there are a few that I'm not really wearing anymore. I've gotten some new ones over the fall and I never took out the others, and I really do like to adhere to the one in, one out rule, and that's something that I've gotten off track with, so I want to take care of that now. I've gotten so much wear out of this long drapey cardigan. It's very lightweight, and of course it's a neutral color, but again, I think it's something that I've pretty much worn out and I'm kind of tired of it, so that's going to go away. This white sweater is still in pretty good shape, but I really did not wear it very much last spring, and so I probably am not going to be wearing it this year. So I think it's time to donate that and let someone else enjoy it. This wrap jersey knit sweater from Bowden was something that I was hoping to get so much wear out of. I did enjoy it for a while. I pretty much wore it as a special occasion piece. I wore it to church a lot, but the jersey material is very stretchy and it kind of clings in all the wrong places, if you know what I mean. So it's just not flattering, and I'm never really happy while wearing it, so that's gonna get donated. This lightweight sweater dress was something I had in a previous winter season, one. I was thinking about bringing it back this year. It's so cute with the buttons down the side, but it was an inexpensive piece, and as a result, it just has not worn very well. You can see there's quite a bit of pilling. I also have the same sort of issue as the wrap dress, where this tends to cling kind of in the wrong places, and so I think it's time to let this one go as well. These lightweight cardigans that I took out of the closet are going to be folded and then put into the drawers. I have plenty of space now that I decluttered in there, and they will be used again in the spring months. I decided to rearrange the drawers a little bit in a way that made sense to me, so I'm putting sort of heavier weight sweaters on the bottom and some lighter weight sweaters on the top, and those little cubes that you see in there are cedar chips or cubes, and so I've got some cashmere sweaters and a wool sweater in there, so I want to make sure that the moths stay away. After packing everything up, I'm going to briefly store them here in this corner. This is where I like to gather up things so that when I make a trip to Goodwill, I've got all my donations here ready to go. It feels so good to have freed up some space in my closet and to have all of these extra hangers in here. I am going to add just 2 new long sleeve t-shirts. I need a few more for layering, and I needed one in white and a lighter gray. I also recently got 2 sweaters. One is sort of a mock turtleneck that's sort of oversized, and the other is a more fitted classic turtleneck in a darker gray. And now I've got plenty of space in my drawer for them. If you're interested in more things related to wardrobe, be sure to come back. I'm going to have my 10-item wardrobe video out very soon. I'm working on it right now, and I apologize for the delay. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that it gave you some planning and decluttering motivation. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Subscribing is absolutely free and easy. All you have to do is click on my picture. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in the comments and the next video. Have a wonderful week.